Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope everything is fantabulous with you. Today I'm excited because I'm going to take you behind the scenes for a voiceover for the next video that I'm going to be posting, which is actually how to make DIY dividers for your planner. So every month I do this, and so I decided that I would actually record the voiceover live here for you. So you actually get something special because you get to see a preview of the video before it's actually posted, which normally only the Patreons will get to see a preview. So that's exciting. Hi, Laura. I'm glad to have you here today. All right, you're working? Okay, that's cool. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to kind of jump right in, but always before I get started, I always like to ask. You can't help a girl. You can't fault me for asking. This channel is all about planning, organizing, and lifestyle. So if those are some of the type of videos that you like to see, then you can give this video a thumbs up right now. You can do it now, during, or after, and then also subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. So I'm going to take you over to kind of where the magic happens, and then we're going to get started with the actual voiceover. Okay, so this is where the magic happens, and I'm in the cloud, you all. I'm in the cloud now. I thought that was kind of cute. And so I'm going to record the voiceover again for this particular video, so you can stay and you can actually get a preview of the video. And so if you leave a comment in the comments, I'm not going to respond to any comments until after I'm actually done. And hopefully we can get this done in one take, because I know I have to kind of switch my mind around because my mind is on live and I have to switch back to the not live side. So I'm going to go ahead and get started to record this. So hopefully all goes well. You guys wish me luck. Wish me luck. All right, let me just get something to drink because I know my voice is a little scraggly here. And then I'm going to get ready to start this. Got to make sure I was set up to record this. All right. Here we go. Hello. I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make DIY covers for your personal planner. Now, I always like to ask in the beginning that if you enjoy planner, organizational, and lifestyle videos, that you subscribe to the channel, and it's just a suggestion, of course. And also make sure you hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos just like this one come out. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm kind of rifling through this paper pad, and this is the Tropical Life paper pad, and I actually did a full flip through of this on a previous video. I'll leave the link to it above, and also I'll leave it in the description below. So I had to pull out probably around maybe about 12 pieces of paper because I need to have a front and a back. Now, of course, when you are making the dividers, you don't have to make a back side. It's just as easy as just taking out craft paper, cutting your shape, and then putting holes in it, and then your dividers are done. But if you have been watching my channel, then you know that I always take it a step further. And so I went and I cut everything already. Now I cut mine on the Cricut die cutting machine. You could use your Silhouette, you could use your paper cutter, or you can use scissors if you like. So any way you can get this done. So I did a few things. I cut out my dividers, I cut out some dashboards, and then some extra cards to go into the front of the planner itself. And I'll show the full planner setup on the monthly setup for July video, which will be posted in a few days. So now also went back in and I got one additional piece of paper from the paper pad, and these are the tearaway cards. And this is where you can have some extra ephemeral to do your decorating. So I'll be using these to kind of layer things on. Now I did use my paper cutter for this, and it's probably easier to use scissors, but I am no good when it comes to straight lines and scissors. So I always use my paper cutter. So I put everything out, I laid everything out, and I figured out that I had this one upside down. So I quickly corrected that. And then I began to kind of shuffle things around because you never know what's going to look good with whatever else. So I did that for a while, but sometimes you just have to commit and just put things down. So that's what I did. So I got my tape runner out and I began to kind of assemble things. And I just put just a smidgen of tape on because you need that, because you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to laminate these puppies. So I don't want things sliding around, but you only need just a little bit of tape. There's no need to waste any product for this. And then I also cut off any access for things that were hanging off. Now, I also like to mention that whenever you're layering your cardstock, be careful how much you layer on. I found that my laminator will easily take 3 layers of craft paper. So any more than that, and it kind of struggles a little bit. So unless you have a commercial type of laminator, then you definitely want to be careful as to how much you layer on. Now on this particular divider, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I decided to just take that little white piece there that had the watermelon on it and just kind of make it into a page flag. So that kind of worked out for me. And then I just continued to put these together and to cut the excess off. Now this one I think was my favorite divider overall, and that was Beach Please, because I plan on going to the beach several times this year, not just this summer, but this year. So I'm very lucky to be in a place where I can go to the beach all year long. So I pulled out the laminator and I just kind of finished things up because I almost forgot to do one of the dividers. And while I am waiting for this to kind of heat up, I pulled out a few of the dashboards as well, because 2 of them I need to laminate because I always put one in front and it also has a back as well. So I pull out the laminating sheets, and the laminating sheets that I use are from the Scotch brand. Now I have to tell you that I found the most affordable place to buy the Scotch brand pouches is from Amazon. I've researched it, and none of the box stores can come close to the price that you can get for 100 pouches of sheets, and that is on Amazon. So I'm going to put the link below as well so that you can get that also. So if you use lots of laminating sheets, then that's definitely where you want to get them from. Now here's a tip for you. Whenever you're putting the paper through the laminator, once it comes out, you'll want to put it under a heavy book or a heavy box. And the reason is because once it starts cooling, it's going to start curling up. And you don't want that. You want it to lay as flat as possible. So I always put a book on top of it, or either a box when you want it to be kind of heavy, because it cools really quick. So as soon as it comes through the laminator, put it up under there and then you will be a-okay. So I'm already digging the way these are coming out. So next we're going to actually get the excess off. And just remember that when you're laminating, you are creating a pouch. So if you cut too close to the edge, you will open that pouch up. So be cognizant of how close or how far you are from the actual paper itself. And I do actually use scissors on this as well, but I use the paper cutter mostly, and then I use my scissors to go around the round tabs that I actually have on these dividers, and it comes out pretty nice, I have to say. Now, again, you don't have to go this far. These are just the extra steps that I like to do, because when you laminate the paper, it makes it last longer and you can use it over and over again. So now I'm just going through and I'm putting the dividers in order. I want to make sure that I cut everything properly and that I have enough of everything, because you don't want to get too far into your project and realize that you're missing something. So I'm also counting out the dashboards that I made as well, and you'll notice that I haven't punched any holes yet, and that's because I want to do the routine cards first also. And this is kind of a project that you would do kind of in the style of a what do you call it? I can't think of it, but you do one thing and then you do another thing and then you do another thing to everything. I can't even think of what the word is, so I'm just going to keep it moving on this. So now I'm actually rounding some corners on the routine cards, and I have the routines all printed out, and I just keep them in a document, and the only thing I have to do is go and make the changes that I need to make, and then I just cut the routine cards up. Now, if you have a typewriter, you can type this if you want to, or you can do like I do and just use typewriter font and just print it on your printer, and that works out really well for me. So I really enjoy doing it that way. And then I just cut all the pieces apart. And now I'm just laying out all of the routine cards and making sure that everything is not upside down, of course. And I figured out I had one extra card, but I definitely have a use for that. Now, I was going to staple these together like I did last month, and I decided not to. I'm actually going to just use my tape runner and put these down on here, and it works very well. And one reason why I wanted to use the tape runner as opposed to the stapler is because I have officially got me a planner hole punch, and that is the We Are Memory Keepers planner hole punch. And I have two videos that I would like to share with you all too, and I'll put the link down below for those as well. One is a review and a setup of the punch, and another one is the demo. So you definitely want to watch those, because it's not as easy as it looks to use that hole punch. So I'm just completing up this part of the project, and that's the routine cards, and this is how all the routine cards came out. Aren't they just absolutely beautiful? I love it with that typewriter font. So now the next thing that we are doing is I'm going to punch the holes in everything. So I'm taking out the We Are Memory Keepers hole punch, and I just wanted to mention that be careful. The success of your holes depend on the height of your paper, and when you put the lamination onto your paper, it changes the height. So you'll have to go back in and remeasure where your holes are supposed to be. So I definitely wanted to mention that piece, and then you can go in and punch all your holes. So I checked, I rechecked, and I rechecked to make sure that I didn't mess anything up, because I don't have another paper pad where I can do all this over again. And the papers are so beautiful. I just didn't want to mess it up. So it's always good to verify and check and make sure that you actually have everything where it needs to be. So I'm just finishing up with my routine cards, because yes, I'm going to put holes in those as well. And I checked those, I checked the measurements, and then I punched the holes for all the routine cards. And I think the routine cards are kind of like my favorites in the planner. I use them every day. I have to turn to them, so they need to be sturdy. Now, I will say one thing that I didn't do in this particular setup that I normally do is, and that is use washi tape. I didn't use any washi tape in this particular DIY. So now I'm just laying everything out because I want you to see what I did. So I kind of slowed things down just a tad. So these are all of the routine cards that I did. I think there are 8 of those cards. And then we have our dashboards. And what I do with the dashboards is I actually adhere post-it notes to the back of those. So I have post-it notes kind of riddled throughout the planner, and then I don't have to kind of, keep flipping back and forth to try to find the post-it notes to make a note. And now these are the absolutely divine dividers that I made. And I love the shininess of the lamination as well. It just all comes together, especially if you use one theme pad. So always keep that in mind. So if these are the type of videos that you like, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, then I don't know what the heck you're waiting on. You might as well go ahead and subscribe. And if you are a subscriber already, then I want to say thank you for coming on the planner journey with me. So with that, I'm just going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.
I can see your mic matches.
All right. So I have finished, and I'm just going to make sure I save that, and then I can actually dump that into the program itself. So let's just come back over here where I can see things. So that is just like part of the process when it comes to editing the videos. And of course, you have to record the videos first. And then as you can see, or as you could have seen, you saw where it's lots of cuts. There's lots of cutting and taking things out to kind of bring quality to the videos so that you can see it. So I thought it would be fun to share this behind the scenes with you. So I didn't want to stay on here too long, as always. And again, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed the behind the scenes voiceover. And I am going to see you all on the next stream. Thank you, everybody who joined me today. I really appreciate it. And let me know if you have any questions. You can do that in the comments. The replay link will be in the description below once this actually goes up. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.